Hello. Yo. Hey, Wex, hey, loser. Hey, Peach. I feel a lot better today. Feeling better today. So we've played, what, 2, 3 of these test games so far. We've played 2 of the tests, and that's it. Yeah. I have a bunch of other ones that I want to get through because it's fun to answer questions and the other ones aren't all about me. It's more just like, put yourself in these scenarios, what would you do in like comic situations? I want to get to that point. I think this is a good one to start with. I don't know much about it aside from the fact that it's just a survival question, like, would you survive? It gives you a probability at the very end of, like, 80% you'd survive, 50% you'd survive. And I am very down for that. Boom. Stretch, no. Yeah, that works. Okay, I actually just want to show you, carry a gun on you. The music for this game's terrible. When I opened it, if you headphone users, prepare. Like getting blasted in the face with heavy rock. So I'm gonna play lo-fi in the background. That's sick. Do you want me to play it instead? Because it's a constant loop of just that guitar. Constant. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I keep hoping that at some point they're gonna have like a text-to-speech, but they never do. Well, look what the storm dragged in. Okay. If it isn't another wanderer seeking knowledge and self-reflection, I haven't seen many of your kind. I'm a wanderer. We're adventurers. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Malchus Decimus. Soldier. General. Instructor. And keeper of the lost art. I wanted to read that as lost art. I've been playing so much. The lost art of warfare. I've hunted down all the evil men across the lands. I've slain beasts with my bare hands. I've toppled kings who sit up high. I've seen hellfire rain from the sky. If you've come to test your mettle, then you've come to the right man. But if you're looking for trouble, perhaps you should rethink your plan. Okay, riddle man. I feel like the name's a joke, but I'm too dumb to tell. I don't know either. Rictus Erectus. Something tells me you're not here for that, though. No, you're here for something else. Something more modest than combat. You're here to test yourself. To see if you have what it takes to cut it in a war-torn kingdom, marching on the battlefield, playing war games and politics, and devising strategies of destruction. Is this really loud? Let me turn it down just a little bit. There we go. You're here to see just how far your spirit can take you, to see if you have the sense to stay alive in disastrous situations, to see whether your path leads you to gold and riches or to certain death. Yes. I can already tell that you aren't like the others that lay beneath our feet. There's something about you that's just different. Can you talk in rhymes again? Mind you, different does not mean worthy. Let's find out what may or may not set you apart from the rest. I'm going to present you with a series of questions and scenarios, and you're going to provide answers, solutions, and plans of action. Ooh. Okay. You're not like most people. I'm quirky. I don't remember the whole monologue. I'm a quirky guy. People don't like me. Some of your answers may be wise, and some of them not so much, but rest assured you will be judged accordingly. I didn't sign up to get judged. Most important part of this examination is to take your time and answer with complete and utter honesty. Do not rush. Okay. Do not falter. The solution to many of these scenarios may seem obvious. Yeah. I will take my time, sir. Okay. We don't have time to kill. Only enemies. Many, many enemies. The examination begins now. Would you consider yourself to be patient? No. I had answered this on the first few test games. I am not patient. Would you consider yourself to be fearful? Who would say yes to this? Fearful. How many questions till a none is involved? I hope, like, not that many. Fearful. Oh. You believe in the existence of a higher power? No. Well, I believe other people have higher powers. There's a higher power, it's just not mine. Would you consider yourself to be brave? What do they... Ooh. You have to, like, construct a situation around that. I guess so. I would say. Give me the situation. Stop asking about me. Am I intelligent? Sure. I think so. I hope so. Just not in math. You consider yourself to be charismatic? Hope so. 10 to the power of 3 is greater. Yes. Yes. Have you ever engaged in hand-to-hand? I've never fought somebody. However, if you fought somebody, I respect the hell out of that. Would you say that you hate losing? What's that ninja quote? Being okay with losing is just a mindset. I don't hate losing. Would you consider yourself to be a sore loser? No, I do not hate losing. In any way. A sore winner? No. To be athletically fit? No. Would you consider yourself to be physically strong? A natural leader. Sorry to interrupt, but where are the bay leaves? Those weren't in the... Those weren't in the list you gave me. Sorry, we're discussing tacos real quick. I don't know where you sent the list, but... You either, like, wrote it down for me, it just didn't include those. I'm really sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. It is not Taco Tuesday for us. I'm sorry about canceling Taco Tuesday accidentally. Goodbye, Magat. Oh, I feel bad. Okay. I don't actually think I'm a leader. I couldn't even get the fucking grocery list right. Would you consider yourself to be agile? I'm small. I can run fast. Sure. Can we get past the questions about me? More flexible? No. More common sense to be one of my strong points? Yes. I'd say I'm smarter in common sense than in book smarts. To be open-minded? Yes. Quick-witted conversationally? most of the time. Do mental gymnastics count? In that case, I would be very flexible. Could you describe yourself as clever? You're a straight person, no common sense. Just a lack thereof. I have some. Clever. Would you say you're a people person? I like hanging out alone. Would you say you're a people pleaser? Yeah. I like making people happy. Are you afraid of what others might think of you? Constantly. Do you have any irrational fears you consider to be embarrassing? Embarrassing irrational fear? What? I have rational fears. I'm afraid of, like, parking garages at night. Crickets? Are you scared of crickets? I don't have any. I think all my fears are pretty based in reality. Somewhat? Wow, dude. Yeah, no, I'm good. Can you speak more than one language? I am an English-only bitch. Would you consider yourself to be hot-headed? No. Do you enjoy conflict? I don't like being in the center of the conflict. I fucking love watching conflict. That is some good shit. Me trying to read a book, me reading like a 500 thread, a comment thread about just two people fighting with each other. That's just how it is. Do you generally attempt to avoid conflict? Personal conflict. Yeah. Other people's conflict, though. Looking pretty sexy. Would you consider yourself to be a free thinker? Isn't that the same thing as being open-minded? Streamers enjoy conflict all the time. Do you consider yourself to be prideful? No. I'm pretty self-deprecating, like, in the unironic way. Do you consider yourself to be judgmental? Didn't I? No. No. Do you enjoy eavesdropping on others' conversations? Give me that juicy drama! Have you ever been betrayed by a friend? Yes. Have you been betrayed by a family member? No. Can you give me situations already? Been betrayed by somebody close to you? Yeah. Would you ever kill an animal? Probably not. Have you ever killed an animal? I'm pretty sure I haven't. Do you think you could manage to survive alone in the wilderness for 30 days? I'd probably die in the first 2 weeks. No. Do you consider yourself to be a strategist? Strategist. Either one of those two. Strategist. I'm not an idiot. No. I don't like strategy games. I've never been good at them. I'm just not good at it. I'm probably gonna have like 0 chance of surviving at the end of this. Do you consider yourself to be a warrior? No, I like the leadership role. Don't make me fight. Do you consider yourself to be resourceful? More so than a conflict guy, yeah. Mentally healthy? No, sir. I am mentally unwell. Mentally healthy. They came from my neck on that one. Would you consider yourself to be well educated? I graduated high school. Do you enjoy playing with fire? Like, literally? Literal fire? Yeah. Who doesn't like playing with fire? Are there people who don't have fun with that? That shit's so fun. Have you ever been afraid of the dark? Not in the last, like, 5 years. Like, ever? Yeah. You have a phobia of spiders. I just don't like them. Would you ever consider a job in security? All of this is gonna give me, like, the worst rating in the world. I'm like, for all the ones where you have to, like, be in conflict, hunt, or kill, I'm just like, I don't think I could. Am I a talented chef? I think my cooking's great. Do you follow directions easily? Innovative. No, I don't really make new things. I'm just good at following them. Would you consider yourself to be competitive? No. To be a winner in life. Do I consider myself a winner? This is like... Is it healthy to consider yourself a winner? I think where I'm at's pretty good, actually. I have a decent... I'm not exactly winning, though. Yeah. Has the field of toxicology is what? The branch of science concerned with nature, effects, and detection of poisons. The measurement and analysis of potential toxins, intoxicating or banned substances, and prescription medications. Oh, so like... It's either you're a researcher studying poisons, or you're the toxicologist who's, like, analyzing a body after death. The second one's always interested me. Could you see yourself living as a farmer? Hell yeah, brother! Pass me that bud and a shovel, and I'll get to farming. But do you consider yourself to be a gambler? Only on Twitch. I've never gambled with real money. I've never even bought a scratch card with my own money before. Like, I've gotten them for my birthday. I've never gambled in my life, and I don't want to, because I'm like the kind of person that would absolutely enjoy that way too much. I've never gambled. IRL. Twitch points, though. Whew. Would you consider yourself to be talented in an unusual way? Unusual way. I mean, like... but also, like... So, yeah. That was my pinky touching the back of my hand, by the way. I've always been able to do that. Could you envision yourself enjoying a life of a battlefield surgeon? Enjoying? No. Can you envision yourself enjoying the life of an alchemist? Yes. Absolutely. Am I self-motivated? Fuck no, I'm motivated by fear and anxiety. What was that first thing? Did you not see me on the oh my god, you didn't know me when the talent show happened. That's my pig impression. I've always been able to do that, too. It's a pig winking. You ever find out that you lack discipline? Yeah, I really do. Do you consider yourself to be a cautious individual? No. Are you protective of your loved ones? Yes. Finding happiness, even if you're the only person alive on Earth. I've answered this before. People, I don't know if any of you have ever heard this, but there's an insult that says, may you have an interesting life. That's not a good thing. It's a very veiled insult. I think I'm okay with a stable life. Pot! Thank you for pot friending. You've never... May you have an interesting life, like so much bad shit happens to you that it's constantly interesting. I've heard that before, and I've said it to somebody before. It's meant to make you think that they're like you're friends with them, but you're really just wishing them to have like a horrible life with a bunch of fucked up consequences. I'm glad I could introduce you to that. Also, no, I don't. Do you consider yourself to be a risk taker? Yep. Reckless at times? Like, I always knew about Crowd Crush. What happened to SCP? I'm putting that stuff together. It's gonna happen tomorrow. I couldn't get, like, all the games I wanted together or, like, sort out my plan. And it was nearing 3 o'clock. So I just changed plans to something I already had. Good to go. We'll do that tomorrow. I meant to announce that at the start, but yeah, we're doing that tomorrow. Do loud noises distract or scare me? No. Am I attractive in the traditional sense? I have a mullet. There is a subsect of people who find me attractive and they are not the traditional people. Do you believe that everyone has their vices? Yes. Doesn't matter what it is. Could you happily live the life of a professional thief? If I guess born into it, at this point in my life, no. Ask me that at like 18 and I would have said yeah. That question would have been the perfect time for a jump scare. And I have my volume way up too. Are you confident in your ability to thwart an attacker one-on-one unarmed contact? Or unarmed combat? How strong is this person? No, I'm not very confident. Do I work well under pressure? Oh, you know that gif of Scarlett Johansson? I don't want to get into that. No, not really. Am I? Yeah, I know. Yeah. I feel like that's what would... I'd be fucked, literally. You consider yourself to be goal-oriented. A little bit. You work well with others. Yes. A lack of respect for authority. Fuck the police. Hey, Mestia! His name is, Malchus I don't remember his name. We were joking about him being named, like, Biggest Dickus, and now I just want to call him that. It's a series in the test games we got, where this one is very, very focused on whether or not you would survive in medieval times. It's still going through questions about me, but it does at some point jump to, like, actual medieval scenarios. I'm trying to speedrun the personal questions so we can get to the situations. Do you feel that everybody's created equally? Oh yeah, I treat everybody... Yeah. You are all equal to me. Have you ever judged somebody solely based on their appearance? I can't say that I never have done that. Do I do it often? No. But as a human? Do you believe every person deserves a second chance? Wholeheartedly. If you were in charge of the royal dungeons, would you use torture to extract information from your prisoners? Like cock and ball torture? Are we waterboarding? Lobotomizing people? Would I use torture? CBT. Would I use cock and ball torture to get information? Yeah. Could you see yourself living as a royal advisor? Yes. That is like the ideal. No combat, you just help the king. Could you see yourself living the life of a peasant? You'd force watching cringe TikTok as torture. True. Probably not. I would really just want to be somewhere in the palace. Would you be willing to assassinate an enemy king in order to save your kingdom? Here's how I would do that. I'm a good cook. Make it into the palace. Hey, let me cook for you. Join the chef crew, join all the people in the kitchen. Poisoned wine. And then I leave, and I blame it on one of the other guys. They never see me again. Yes. And that's how I would do it. Done. What if you forget the poison, though? How would I forget the poison if I... if I came in for that reason? Am I a glutton for punishment? I like suffering. I would say that suffering is fun. That's no longer a torture but enjoyable. Do you enjoy does the sight of blood make you uneasy? I dealt with blood for most of my teenage years. I'm good. Not like in a weird way, I just don't have periods anymore. Like minks, I have birth control. I'm not trying to make this weird. I dealt with a lot of blood, I don't deal with it anymore, but it doesn't make me uneasy. No. Does the sight of blood excite me? Excite? Could you be well suited to manage food and ration usage for a marching army? Yeah. I could do that. It's just spreadsheets. Could you see yourself enjoying the life of a chef or a baker? Fuck yes. Oh, dude, yes. Oh. Shook you guys all the fuck around there for a second. Can you see yourself being a bandit and stealing from others if you had to in order to survive? This is like that same question about being a professional thief. If you had asked me when I was like 17 or 18, I would have been like, yeah, dude, fuck it. Nowadays, Am I courageous? How's that different than brave? Courageous. Sure. Am I wise beyond my years? I have the average emotional intelligence of a 23-year-old. Has anybody ever stolen something from you and gotten away with it? No? Wow. Yes! Oh my god. Okay. I was buying the marijuanas from somebody that I had never bought from before, and my dumbass trusted them, and they took the money from me and walked away to go get it from their guy, and they never came back. And I never saw them again. They were my friend. I never saw them again. That's the only time I've ever been stolen from. I sat there waiting for like an hour. Like an idiot. Have you ever stolen something from someone else? I've stolen from Walmart. Do you think an apocalypse is likely to come in your time? Apocalypse? No. World War? Sure. A fear of the unknown? I'm alright with that. Somebody hit me for no reason. Would I hit them back? Probably not. If somebody robbed me, would I want revenge? That's a good question. I'm not a vengeful person. I don't hold grudges. I have like no grudges, no vengeance. I'm alright. I ever truly hated someone? Sure. Donald Trump. Have you ever felt hated? Sure. Do you view yourself as a hero? Fuck no! Weird. Weird shit. Am I the villain? No. Not that bad. Do I want to live a life of riches beyond measure? I want a life where I am stable. Thank you. Oh my god, can we get back to the fucking medieval questions? And would I be happy living a very simple, quiet life? Yes, incredibly. Am I pursuing my dreams? Yep. Do you have a life of many regrets? Do you know how to forgive yourself in order to progress through the hardest of times? Okay, you're not my therapist. I'm supposed to be, like, in a medieval setting. Do I know how to forgive myself? Hold on. I don't like... I don't want to do the therapy again. I didn't come here for therapy. Do I consider myself to be fortunate? Yeah. Could you live the life of a blacksmith? After all of that emotional warfare, could I live as a blacksmith? Medieval therapy simulator, more like medieval torture simulator. I didn't come here for this. Good grief. Blacksmithing? No, probably not. Are we moving on? Okay, well now, I was not expecting you to answer some of those questions the way you did. I'm white putrid. Blacksmith. Good one. Good one. Good one. I'm intrigued by your personality and eager to pick at your brain before giving my analysis. I bought bought a whole bundle of these because I thought they'd be better. And I'm still gonna play them. These questions were merely the beginning. We've hardly scratched the surface, but we'll certainly be breaking through soon enough. Please, no more therapy. These will challenge my decision-making abilities. Some of them will prove to be difficult to the rational-minded. I urge you to make your decisions carefully. Yeah. A rhetorical question. What? Oh. I skipped through it. If you were marching on the battlefield, would you rather have more rations of food or more rations of water? I'd probably say water too. It's gonna be easier to find food, even if it's mediocre, than it is like clean water. Yeah, water is definitely like the answer here. If you were in charge of a victorious army fresh off the battlefield, would you choose to take prisoners or execute prisoners? Take prisoners. That's not exactly a debate for me. And needlessly killing is not in my book. It does depend, but in general, no. In order to siege an enemy's fortress, would you rather use fire or battering rams? Fire is so much more destructive. It would, like, pose an issue for us, too. Whereas, like, the battering rams just get us in. What's the fortress like? That's the biggest thing here, is, like, these all kind of depend. I'd still say the rams, though. Would you rather be in charge of stronger troops or smarter troops? This is kind of like a football team. You can have all the like strongest dudes, the biggest dudes, the best like performing guys, but if they don't have a fucking brain, they're gonna lose. I'd rather them be smarter and make split-second decisions that, you know, the bigger dudes with like a pea brain wouldn't be able to do. Would you rather fight against an army of the living or an army of the dead? I've been learning about football. You're gonna be so proud of me. I'm gonna have so much actual football knowledge. I'm actually learning about football, dude. Name 3 sport difference. I only know about football and basketball so far, and a little bit about the Winter Olympics. Army of the Dead implies that they'll come back. I'm still on, yeah. Would you rather attack by air or by sea? Air. Cause then you can just drop it on them. Trebuchet that shit. Cannonball that shit. They can cannonball you out of the sea. Would you rather build your fortress in the snow or in the swamp? What are the implications of it in the swamp? Mosquitoes? Malaria? And then in the snow, hypothermia. Gotta thaw your water. This is a weird question. I'm gonna choose snow. I think that a swamp is just open to more issues. Would you rule with an iron fist or a peaceful heart? Yeah. The iron fist shit to me just implies needless killing. And I'm really not down for that. I'm not gonna say like super peaceful, but yeah, kind in a way. Medieval times were ruthless. Exactly. It's just like not behaving peacefully, but like kind to my people and kind to prisoners and stuff like that. Would you rather lead or follow? I would rather lead. Would you rather befriend the enemy or slay the enemy? I'd much rather befriend the enemy. If that's an option, then fuck yeah. If your supplies are limited, would you rather feed your army or your horses? Ooh. That's the thing, is like if we don't have the animals, then what do we do after we have resources again? Feed the army, feed the horses. It feels fucked up to not feed the people. Oh, nah. I'm gonna go with the people, even if it hurts a little bit. I think that's what I would do. Would you rather have an army comprised of mainly fast but unarmored units, or slow but heavily armored? Slow and heavily armored. Your agility is... I mean, I guess it's something, but it's not gonna let you win. In my opinion. I think slow is definitely the best choice here. Would you rather be an archer or a cavalry? I love shooty shoot boys. I like the shooty shoot. Would you rather be a spy or an assassin? Ooh. Spy. Getting to go in and find shit out? Hell yeah, dude. Live a whole different life? That's cool. Would you rather be a scout or infantry? Scout. I wouldn't want to fight. Would you rather bury or eat your dead? Isn't that how, like, a plague started? I'm gonna bury him. Would you rather be cursed with constant drunkenness or extreme fatigue? Would you rather be superstitious or overly pragmatic? Superstition isn't the worst. Overly pragmatic is what's, like, tearing me away from that one. Yeah. The army of the dead exists in this game. True. Yeah, superstitious. Would you rather be armed with... Magic also exists. Okay. Magic or armed with weaponry? Magic. Yeah. If you're fighting a battle that you knew couldn't be won and there was no foreseeable escape, would you rather surrender or go down swinging? If it couldn't be won and there's no escape, we're surrendering. Why go until everybody dies? Would you rather go back in time or forward? I hate this question. This is BuzzFeed with fancy graphics. All of them are. And I didn't know that. Because I watched Markiplier play like 10 minutes of the first one. And I was like, oh, that looks fun. I'm sure that there are like cool little elements in it that'll make it more like a game instead of just a questionnaire. And then I got the first one and played it myself. And it was just a questionnaire. But I've already got like 8 of them. So I wouldn't go back, I'd probably go forward. When in combat, would you rather use a sword and shield or a two-handed axe? Shield. A shield sounds good. Having a shield sounds great. This two-handed axe is badass, but... Would you rather build and lay tracks or organize ambushes? Home Alone that shit. Home Alone that shit! The axes are so much more badass, and rationally, like, I wanna do those just for like the damage, but you really need a shield. To determine who wins the war, would you rather engage in many skirmishes or few battles? What? Probably... the skirmishes sound pretty good. Yeah. Would you rather defend your garrison or attack an enemy? I would defend. Fuck being offensive. Let's just, like, all be friends. Would you rather train warriors or train spies? Train spies? That's cool as hell! That's really sick! Would you rather invest in livestock or crops? Crops are way more important than livestock. Like, we can keep the livestock alive on basic necessities. The crops need the most investment. Would you rather fight from a distance or engage in close quarters? Distance! Archer boy! Would you rather pray for a blessing on your troops or curse your enemies? Ooh! It's interesting to think about cursing my enemies, but honestly, a blessing for the troops is probably just way better. Like, bolster our chances. Yeah. Would you rather be lucky or intelligent? I'd rather be lucky. Go through life dumb as shit, but you still get everything right? Would you rather be able to raise somebody from the dead once a year or instantly kill somebody just by looking at them once a year? I know this goes against like the pacifist shit, but that's really cool. If you, like, we're assuming in this game with, like, magic and raised dead that raising somebody from the dead as your power will probably make them fully human. I have to hope. I still won't choose it, though. Killing somebody with a look? Badass. Would you rather build or destroy? Build. Would you rather have world peace where everybody gets along despite their differences, or dominate the world and dictate what people do? World peace, please. Just... Would you rather have the ability to teleport instantly or turn invisible? Teleport or turn invisible? I'd rather be invisible. Because then you can basically just go anywhere, and nobody's ever gonna know you're there. Teleport? Really? Especially in battle, though. Like, invisible shit. If I was the king, or a knight, I'd want to be invisible. Would you rather forgive or forget? Turn invisible, infiltrate women's locker room. Yep. Would you rather forgive or forget? I'd rather forgive. Yeah. Would you rather be a victim or an assailant? Who would pick victim? Oh, I would just love to get murdered. I'd love it. Unironically, actually, though. No. Would you rather be able to heal yourself or heal others? I am one person. Others are many people. I would heal others. Somebody out there in the world has to have the heal others trait, and we can just link up. Would you rather trust an enemy or betray a friend? Trust an enemy. 100%. I've done this before. Would you rather save the life of an animal or save the life of a person? A person? Who is saying an animal? Ugh. Some of these, I swear, some of their questions I really would like to meet some people who answered the opposite of me. I feel like I want to interview them. What if it's a dragon? Like the animal? Would you rather walk barefoot through the snow or barefoot through the desert? Probably desert. You can just dig your feet into the sand, and I guess it wouldn't be so bad after a while. Like, if you get, like, super, super hot, just wiggle it down deep. Every good healer you know have to heal yourself before others. If you're dead, nobody gets healing. But if I could heal everybody, then I could have my own personal doctor. And the doctor doesn't have to worry about all my people. If you had to defend yourself using only a dagger, would you fight off a lion or fight off a bear? I'll take the bear. You'll take the lion. Lions are fucking tough. Hold on. What is the weight difference between a... Go back. What? I hit escape. Well, I guess I'm fighting a lion. Would you rather kill or be killed? I would rather not kill. I'm dead ass. I'd rather be killed. It doesn't make me a very good leader, though. Yeah. Jousting or sword fighting? Sword fighting all the way. Pull your dick out. Let's beat them together. Would you rather enter an archery competition or an axe throwing competition? Archery. I love archery. I like shooting bows. Lions are all terrifying. With bears, you'll get a chance with they're a black bear and they're pussies. Agreed! Literally, you could get a pussy-ass bear. All lions are fucked up and want to kill you. Imagine you get a fucking panda, dude. Actually, those are pretty violent. Never mind. Yeah, black bears are fucking pussies. Archery. Would you rather be a gladiator or a soldier? Gladiator. Would you rather rob from the rich and give to the needy, or keep what you rob for yourself? Rob from the rich and give to the poor. Would you rather be a bandit or a sheriff? All cops are bastards. Would you rather be a bouncer? Would you rather be a bounty hunter or an assassin? Dude, bounty hunters are fucked up. I'd rather be an assassin. Honestly. Torturing poor people for their debts or killing people who probably deserved it? Assassin. Other bears are supposed to play dead, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, panda bears can't be that bad. And I was like, oh wait, yeah, no, they are pretty aggressive, actually. The bounty hunters hunt evil people. Wouldn't an assassin, like, technically do the same thing too, but just for, like, bigger targets? Would you rather be a town guard or a palace guard? Assassins are more evil? Oh, shit. Oh. Palace guard. Wait, no. Town guard. Guard the town. A tailor or a carpenter? I want to make clothes. The bounty hunters hunt witches, you mean? See, this is what I mean, like, which one of those two are actually worse than each other? I'm still pretty sure I would be an assassin. Or, like, want to be an assassin. Would you rather travel by wagon or by ship? Wagon all the way, get me off the water. Would you rather live in the forest or in the Rocky Mountains? I really like mountains. We established the magic is real, so the witches deserved it. Would you rather hunt or fish? I love fishing, dude. Scavenge or forage? Forage. Give or take. Give. These are getting really simple. Too much food or too much water? I'd rather have too much water. That is not a problem. That's a good thing. We have established that magic exists. We have not established that magic is bad. We've established that magic can be used to fight people in battle, at least. Would you rather have to cook your food over a fire or purify your own water? I would absolutely much rather have to cook my fucking food. Do you believe that war is more mental or physical? Mental. Completely. Not even on the people who aren't involved. What's more important when training an army, morale or discipline? I don't know. This one's actually pretty difficult. Morale? I want my guys to be happy to slaughter people. I mean, I guess if they're disciplined, but not, like, if they're all depressed and disciplined, they're still gonna perform worse than guys who are not as disciplined, but also, like, happy as shit to be there. Yeah, okay. Would you rather starve your troops or beat your troops? Well, they can't fight if they're malnutrition, like, if they're, like, little sickly skeletons, huh? Break a toe and get back to it, I guess. Do a little snap a finger, and if they don't listen, snap another. I do. Yeah. Honestly, this is the perfect time to hate women in history. This is the best time to hate women. Would you rather attack during the day or at night? Probably at night. It's probably the best way to go, right? Would you rather defend during the day or defend at night? Well, if somebody like me is coming, I would defend at night, but it makes more sense to defend during the day. Would you rather fight to protect your own land or fight to take somebody else's land? Fight for my own, 100%. Wait, did I just hit the wrong one? I heard it change. God, this game is the worst about that. Would you rather let yourself go hungry or let your troops go hungry? I would. Are you more likely to face your fears or find ways to avoid them? Back to the therapy, huh? Would you rather join a band of adventurers to go on an epic quest or form your own band of adventurers and lead them on the quest? I mean... I guess back in those times, I would rather have my own group that I personally chose, and I am the one leading them where to go, and yeah. I wouldn't want them to make that decision for me. Would you rather become a witch's assistant or hunt an evil witch in the woods? We have established bad magic. This establishes bad magic. And it also establishes that there are good and bad witches. Debate over. This just solved it. Okay. I want to help the witch. Like, make health potions and stuff. Would you rather hunt a fire-breathing dragon or fight against an army of ogres? Dragon. All the way. Hell yeah, dude. We're gonna be the colony that slayed the dragon. Oh, we're moving on from this kind of questioning. What do the ogres look like? Do they look like Shrek? I mean, I might change my mind in that case. My early assessment's proven to be accurate. You most certainly are different from those who've come before you. I have one final examination. This will be far more advanced than anything you've answered so far. I'm going to present you with a series of scenarios. You're going to use your problem-solving skills to determine what the best course of action may be. Here we go. You'll be presented with 4 possible choices to solve the problem at hand. Some of these choices you make could lead to the certain death and instant failure. Some of these choices will determine just how special you may be. And again, I cannot stress this enough. I urge you to make your choices very carefully and think about the potential rewards and consequences of your decisions. Alright. Now, do they look like my PFP? Oh, yeah, right. I profile picture. True. If they look like that, then, like, fucking slay them, dude. Okay. Before we do this, I am going to run an ad. I'll be back in, like, 2 minutes, and we'll do the last part of the quiz. Thank you for hanging out this long. I promise the ad's only gonna go for, like, a minute, and I'll be back shortly, just after it ends. I will be right back. And I'm back. No result yet. We just got to the third and final part. This is like the most advanced part of the quiz where they give me a scenario and I have to choose different options that could lead to instant failure or winning and like having a high chance of survival. Ugh, sorry, I sprinted back here. Okay. You're tending your fields when you notice an intruder has snuck onto your property and is currently loading sacks of wheat into a wagon, blatantly stealing your food, okay? By the time you catch up to him, he's already jumped on his horse and taken off down the road. Your horse is in the stable nearby, but it's fallen ill and needs time to recover before you can safely ride it. Oh no. Your neighbor's horse is nearby for the taking, but you and your neighbor are not on good terms. And they typically attack intruders on sight. What do you do? Oh, I need to move my cam. There we go. Jump onto my horse, take the risk to their health. Take my neighbor's horse without permission and risk the consequences. Take the time to ask my neighbor and reason with him. Don't chase and let him escape. Okay, jumping onto my horse. Bad idea. I'm considering this one. I'm considering this one. And I am not considering that at all. My connection suddenly went to shit even though I'm on 160p and then a lightning warning was announced. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'm stuck between these two. Taking the time to ask my neighbor if I can take it is just like... I don't know whether to take the risk of getting attacked or not. If the guy's getting away, I'm just gonna take his horse. This feels like the top worst decision. But it's what I would do. You're in a... I guess I didn't die because it didn't end. You're in a tavern enjoying a meal after a long day of foraging and hunting when a band of strangely dressed adventurers approach your table. It's a D&D group! They explain they've come in search of treasure in a nearby tomb and they'd like you to join them. It's literally a D&D group. As you know that area better than they do. I'm the NPC. In return for assistance on the quest, they're offering 1/4 of the loot. Woo! 1/4? I don't know how much. I'm on audio only. You're speaking twice at once, but one is delayed. Twitch can do this, but not 160p. I love Twitch. Alright, so accept the deal of 1/4, haggle to try to get a bigger share than 1/4, refuse completely, or raid the tomb before they do. Okay. If I know the area better than they do, I can probably haggle pretty well. One-fourth of what, though? Like, is it a good deal to get 1/4 of it? Bones. Am I a dog? Yeah, I'm gonna haggle. I'm gonna try to get a bigger share. If I'm the only person they can go to for the location of this place. You just read the second connection comment? Oh my god. It's been a hard winter. Your funds are low. You've run out of food and drink, and you must go to the tavern to acquire sustenance and fill your belly. You have just 100 shillings to last you for the last month of winter. And the price of meals varies from one to another. You begin to scour the menu before making your decision. I have just 100 shillings. Okay. A large bowl of buttered potatoes for 3. A large leg of lamb for 8. 5 shillings on meat and vegetable stew, bread and meat. That's a good deal. Or attempt to steal food when nobody's looking and risk the consequences. This is a great deal. 5 shillings for all that food? Why would I steal 5? That's a sick deal. You and 3 of your closest friends and family have been taken prisoner for a crime that none of you have committed. You're all thrown in the royal dungeons for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're not even sure what crime you're being convicted of, but all of you are sentenced to death by guillotine. The king has decided to pay your lot a visit and offer you a deal. If one of you comes forth and blindly admits to whatever crimes you're being charged for and accepts the execution willingly, then the remainder 3 will walk free. Alternatively, if any one of you is willing to rat out another one of the others first, then that person will be awarded their freedom due to their compliance, and the remaining 3 will be executed. Ooh. Take the hit for the crimes, sacrifice myself for my loved ones. Blame the crime on one of my loved ones so I can walk away. Stay silent in hopes that someone will step forward. Attempt to fight, knowing it would lead to instant execution. This is a conundrum. Twitch is somehow playing 2 of the same stream on my phone. It's running smoother now than before. That's fucking awful. I'm so sorry. Take the hit for the crime, sacrifice myself, or blame the crime on one of my... I wouldn't blame. It's either take the hit or attempt to fight for me. I'm not blaming anybody, and I'm not staying silent. I'm either fighting and still dying, and they're still gonna have an option to get away, or I'm taking it. I'd fight. It's like, what else are you gonna do? If this is your family... It says most likely, not absolutely. Oh. Alright. I chose it. I'm fighting. I don't want to restart because this is actually quite entertaining. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, thank you. After living the life of a lowly peasant, you decide to save up enough coin to pay for your entry fee. Entree fee. They wrote entree, not entry. Your entree fee into an archery competition. You spend all that you have to enter, and miraculously you win! The grand prize for winning the archery competition is a sack of 100 shillings and a ticket to the royal ball! Oh! You own no clothes. You own no clothes suitable to even walk through the door, so you stroll down to the tailor shop to buy some new threads, and when you get there, you quickly realize that 100 shillings barely covers the cost of such fine linens, and in no time at all, you are broke again. As you head to the ball in your fancy new clothes, your garb snags an old tree branch and rips from top to bottom, leaving a gaping hole and exposing your bare skin underneath. This is heartbreaking. You have not the time nor the funds to repair your clothes, and even if you did happen to have either of those things, the tailor shop is closed for the night. You have an important decision to make. Go to the palace in a ruined, tattered set of clothes, looking a fool. Switch to my common clothes, even though I won't meet the dress code. Rob the tailor shop! Or just don't go. I will say that robbing the tailor shop did not cross my mind. But now that I've read it, I think it's either this or looking a fool. Okay, if you can actually show up in the ruined, tattered clothes and not get turned away at the door, it's a conversation starter. Get hired as a gesture. If you're driving on the road, okay, you're driving on the road, returning from the last market of the season when you've pawned off all your excess goods to make some coin to last you through the winter. You're carrying everything valuable you possess in your wagon. I already know where this is going. You hear that anyone traveling in a wagon should take care. Carol should take care. Now the markets are closed because the bandits have been seen ambushing travelers and stealing their final season's earnings. I'm not having a stroke. They wrote it like that. Don't look at me like that. As you travel down the long dirt road home, you see in the distance that a broken down wagon on the side of the road that appears to be missing one of its wheels. I'm not having a stroke. They fucked me up. You notice that a broken wheel, completely split in half, is laying in the dirt on the opposite side of the road. Standing next to the wagon is an old lady wearing a tattered leather cloak. You have a spare wheel in the back of your cart in case your wagon happens to break down. Oh, no. Oh. Pull over and offer your wheel. Pull over and try to assist her in fixing the broken wheel. As you pass, tell the lady you'll send help, but continue your journey. Slow down and say you'll send help if you pass someone and drive forward. My brain just goes to, like, this woman is here, it's a setup. She's got, like, 3 dudes waiting in the wagon to fucking rob me. And they actually have a spare wheel and they're gonna take off my supplies and I'm gonna be left fucked. It's probably not like that. But that's where I'm at. And my first gut instinct is don't stop. You have so many supplies. So many coins. Just tell her you're gonna send help and don't stop. Not once. Don't slow down. Just be like, hey, I'll be back soon, okay? Goodbye. And just keep going. You're far from home when you receive word that your dearest sibling is sick and it could die at any moment. They could already be dead by the time you receive the letter. You're urged to make it home to say your goodbyes. Oh no! I gotta go home! Eat the brother! You know there's no known cure for what ails them and usually brings a quick and miserable death to those it takes a hold of. You tell a close friend of yours the news and they advise you of a few different options you have for travel. From the sound of the letter and the time it was sent, you believe that your sibling maybe only has a day or two until they're taken from the world for good. The quickest route's through the mountains, but it's a treacherous journey, and it's advised that nobody travels that way until the weather calms down. Violent storms have been there have been violent storms this whole fucking game, bro. Violent storms there's so much thunder, have been battering the mountain range for several months. None who have ventured that direction have been heard from since they departed. You could take a lengthier but relatively safe route and arrive home within 2 full days. If you travel through the woods. And then your friend presents you with a third option based purely on rumor. There's an old hag at the other end of the woods, about half a day's journey in the opposite direction. DM'd you on Twitter what I was hearing is pretty dank. I really was just like on a 2-track fucking conversation there with myself. But everybody's fucking nightmare. 2 of me. Alright, the old hag in the woods, about a half-day's journey in the opposite direction. They have the cure for the disease my loved one suffers from, but you do not know of its merit nor of its downfalls. Okay, nobody's returned from path 1. Path 2, sibling may be dead by the time we arrive. Seek out the old hag. Possibly be 2 days late, but also maybe have the cure. Or just don't go. I'd still go. How does that happen on the mobile app anyway? And maybe you already had, because you already had the stream running and then switched over to audio. That's the only reason I can think of, but I've never had that happen to me before. This is really rough. I'm stuck between, like, make it in 2 days, because, again, nobody on the first one has ever been heard from again. I'm gonna seek out the old hag. I'm gonna get the cure, and just hope to God they're still alive. Your king, Lord Frumnar, has heard word of your bravery and skill throughout the lands and called upon you for a very special but very dangerous quest. He wishes for you to retrieve his daughter, Princess Solemn, from the kingdom of Aracle. A treacherous and wicked king reigns over Aracle, however, to prevent a war between the 2 kingdoms, which would certainly have ended in your kingdom's demise, Lord Frumnar has made a deal with King Reckness of Aracle. Frumnar traded his only daughter, so that the king may betroth her. But Frumnar has grown depressed and saddened with the decision he made in effort to... Yeah, you sold your daughter! You sold your daughter to save the kingdom. He's willing to reward you handsomely upon completion of your task to retrieve his daughter. With all your skill and guile, you must sneak into Aracle at night, kidnap the princess, and bring her safely back home all by your lonesome. On another note, if you're caught, it'll surely cause an immediate war between the 2 kingdoms, and chances are everyone you know and love will die. Refuse the offer. I don't want to be responsible for a war. Help my king get the princess back at all costs. Refuse the offer. My king obviously doesn't honor his deals. Ooh. Ooh. Or betray my king and warn the rival king. Ooh. This is spicy, but my king obviously doesn't honor his deals. See it? Get paid, fucking leave before the war starts. It does say that everybody I know and love is going to die. But if I'm paid handsomely and I'm like... there's a chance it doesn't start war, right? There's a chance. Yeah. You're hunting in the swamplands, gathering food and various animal pelts to sell at the market for dire times. You gather a wagon full of animals ready for processing, and you're about to head home when you see something glistening and moving in the distance. You can't believe your eyes. A magnificent beast of legendary proportions emerges from the tree line in front of you. It's known as Gemma-hide gazelle, a deer-like creature whose hide is covered from top to bottom in rare gemstones, gold, silver, and other various rare metals. The Gemma-hide gazelle is said to be worshipped in ancient times and protected by the gods themselves. Kill it. Legends say encountering one in the wild would bring much luck and prosperity to whoever laid eyes upon its beautiful form. Yeah, we have established that that thing could curse you for killing it. You've heard stories. King got blue ball 100% was Earth's war over. Okay, actually, no, you're right. You've heard stories and folktales of a creature, but always dismiss them and consider it to be tall tales that mothers will tell their children at bedtime. But here, it stands before you in glistening glory. Your wagon's already full, but you can't help but ponder what possibilities this encounter might bring to you. What do you do? Kill it? Alright, peace. Alright. Kill the creature. Toss some animals from the wagon to make room. Leave the creature alone and go about my life. Attempt to capture it and capture it alive in the wagon. Or follow it and track it to see where it lives. Tracking it. God did not label any consequences for finding out where they came from. No, no, no. No consequences there. It said looking at it is a blessing, so imagine if I looked at 50 of them, huh? Imagine if it took me back to its little baby den, and I looked at, like, 70 of them, and suddenly, like, myself and all of my grandchildren have luck for the rest of our lives. That is not enough for me! I'm tracking it. You venture into an alchemist shop looking for a potion. What about the pelts? Fuck the pelts. If I have luck for the rest of my life, I will get the pelts back. Looking for a potion to help with genital issue. The alchemist informs you that he's all out of gopher root. My balls itch. He doesn't know when he'll get any more in stock and doesn't know where to find it. It grows wild in far-off foreign lands. But he informs you that he's just received a set of vials with a great power and only has one left out. My balls itch. What do you mean, great power? Everything you own must be passed over in return for such a wonder. You'll receive a potion that, when imbibed, grants one of 3 magical powers. Oh shit. These powers include superhuman-like strength, unrivaled by any mortal, the ability to breathe underwater indefinitely, and the ability to turn invisible at will. You don't know which ability you'll be granted until you drink the potion. But my genitals are itching. With all great things come equally great consequences. The alchemist tells you of a side effect that has claimed the previous 4 consumers of the potion. While they did in fact gain their magnificent power, they all suffered horribly, slow, and painful death at random intervals upon drinking the potion. The first of which had no signs or symptoms for 20 years. It sounds just kind of like these people died. Normally. He lived a great life before dying. The second one only took 3 years before falling ill and meeting his demise. The third is still living today. If you can call a bedridden with the disease, slowly turning your body into a flustering flesh chamber. Living? I think they meant living, festering flesh chamber. But he got 40 solid years without experiencing any symptoms or 40 years?! That is a normal life! The 4th consumer is an alchemist himself who claims to be on the cusp of a groundbreaking discovery that could reverse the negative effects of the potion before they have occurred. He isn't finished with his research and he doesn't know how much longer it'll take. What do you do? Refuse it. Give everything you have to drink it. Give everything you have and save the potion in case he finds a cure. Or just try to steal it. I only showed up to this guy's place because my genitals were itching. And quite frankly, all of these people sound like they died of normal causes. Wait till the cure? You still have to give him everything you have. And that's the thing here, is like... It said you'd have to give him everything. Drink it. Fuck it, just drink. I guess if I'm a superhero, I can make that money back pretty quickly, huh? Yeah. That's a fair consequence of that. Can make the money back. Yeah, alright. Your siblings come to you bleeding profusely and missing an arm, cut clean off at their torso at the shoulder. They cut clean off of their torso at the shoulder. They claim that they've lost their arm in battle and wish to go back to a neighboring village to take the arm off of their assailant, and they're asking for your assistance in the matter. An arm for an arm! Upon further interrogation, you learn that your sibling was attempting to rob the assailant's home and steal from them before being met with resistance. They're planning on leaving in the middle of the night after receiving medical care and cauterizing the wound. You don't have much time to make a decision. They're dead set on carrying out the plan, even at the cost of their own health or life. What do you do? Handle it on my own? Go with my sibling to take an arm for an arm? Refuse to help, it's their own fault? Or prevent my sibling from going? I kind of like the idea of just preventing them from doing it in the first place. Like, if you were robbing somebody and you lost your arm and you wanted revenge, I would just laugh in your face and hold you back. Get fucked, nerd. Haha, amputee. Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. You made a great deal with a very wealthy customer at the market, and after traveling home with a wagon full of you are traveling home with a wagon full of shillings. You've never had more money in your entire life, and your primary focus is getting it home as quickly and as safely as possible. As you're traveling down the long dirt road home, you notice a familiar face of a merchant friend of yours along with his wagon by the roadside. However, his face is battered and beaten, his garments torn and ripped. He's kneeling in the dirt, surrounded by 4 bandits with daggers to his throat. Shit. He's about to be robbed and executed in cold blood. And whatever decision you make needs to be made quickly. He has weapons of it. You have weapons of your own in your wagon. You feel confident with your ability to take on 1, maybe even 2, but fighting all 4 of them would certainly lead to the death of both you and your friend. Keep driving and get home safely. Get off the wagon, out of the wagon, and attempt to fight the bandits. Stop the cart. Offer both of your carts to save your lives. Ooh. Attempt to run over the... That's fucked up, but kind of funny. Just like full speed ahead, like, watch out! Okay. This is an asshole move. That's a dangerous move. It's gonna kill me. That's just a shitty idea. Offering both the carts. They're gonna kill you anyway. Running them over. Easy clap. You're traveling home from the market when you see a group of armed men in the distance. As you approach, they block the road and flag you down. They approach your wagon and tell you that, as ashamed as they are to admit it, they're not good people in the eyes of the law. They've robbed, murdered, and pillaged to get by, and their number is about to be up as the King's Guard is coming for them, and will catch them in a matter of minutes. Uh-oh. They ask if they can hide in your wagon just until the guards pass, and assure you that you won't be questioned too much by the guards, other than if you've seen any mercenaries in these parts lately. If you help them, they promise to guard you and work for you for the rest of your life. They vow to honor their agreement, as is their mercenary code, to do so. However, if you somehow get caught, you know that you'll be executed along with them once the guards get a hold of you. What do you do? Decline the offer, keep driving, but don't tell the guards anything. Accept their offer and hide them in your wagon. Claim to help them and then turn them in when the guards show up. That's fucked up. Decline their offer and go home, but rat them out if you see the guards. That's fucked up too. Ugh. The chances of getting caught and getting executed for helping them would be super high. But like, I could lie my way out of that. I'm pretty confident that I could lie my way out of that. You're mightily drunk and sitting by the fireplace in a tavern enjoying good tunes and a lively audience until you hear a sudden and loud thud. The cavern door slings open so hard that it hits the wooden wall and shakes the entire building. Silence fills the air as you turn your head and wonder. In the doorway stands a tall, cloaked figure, staring directly at you. The two that I wouldn't pick, dude. You notice that everything in the tavern has come to a halt. The music stopped playing, people have stopped moving, and even the fire has stopped flickering as if time is frozen. You look at the still figure before he begins to walk toward you. He sits down in the seat next to the fire directly across from you and gazes upon you inquisitively. Before saying a word, he pulls from his cloak 3 objects that radiate with such energy that sends shivers down your spine. Chills, bat chest, chills. He pulls up a small wooden table, drapes an ancient-looking tapestry over it, and lays the objects upon it. In a gruff, raspy voice, the figure begins to speak in a language you've never heard but for some reason can understand fluently. He tells you that he's come to offer you a chance to turn your fortune around in life, but you must gamble with fortune itself. The first item he presents is a dead man's coin. The second item laid before you is a blackened rabbit's foot, and the third item is a tiny little fairy floating and glimmering inside of a glass jar. The figure explains to you that one of these items is cursed. Oh no! While the other 2 will bring you incredible fortune, he tells you to make your choice before going silent and still. What do you choose? The rabbit's foot just makes me think of, what was that story? The kid that died in the factory and like the dad or mom wished him back to life and he came and knocked on the door and it was all like spooky scary, but the rabbit's foot thing. The rabbit's foot just makes me think of that. I think that's cursed. Monkey paw! Monkey paw! Monkey paw! That's the monkey's paw. Thank you. What are the choices? Dead man's coin, blackened rabbit's foot, fairy in a jar. Or just don't make a choice. Refuse his offer. But it says blackened rabbit's foot, which makes me think like something's fucked up about it. Dead man, yeah, I guess, because dead man's coin insinuates bad things too. Yeah, let's do the fairy. What is with the Sims fucking build mode music? Okay. You rescue the wife of the town's blacksmith from a disastrous fall as her wagon rolls right off the cliff. You happen to be in the right place at the right time and manage to pull her up from her demise safely and securely. Once the blacksmith heard of your heroic deeds, he wishes to repay you by building a magical sword of your choosing from various rare materials he's acquired over time. The blacksmith will embed the hilt of the sword with a jewel, granting power to the sword itself and its bearer. Cool. You may choose an emerald of luck, which will bring you great fortune, a ruby of power, which will bring you great strength, a sapphire of intellect, which will grant you great knowledge, or a topaz of quickness, which will grant you incredible speed and agility. Sapphire, 100%. Great knowledge? It's like I was saying before, dude. You can have all the strength in the world and be dumb as hell. Really? I mean, being lucky's good, but being smart... Lucky means invincible. Oh. You can't be smart with an air bolted. You know what? That's completely fair. Oh, it's over! It's over! After questioning you and thoroughly assessing your skills, I've come to a final conclusion about your chances in surviving in these lands. Firstly, I'd like to say that it's been an honor to assess you. Very few have made it as far as you had. Very few have had results such as yours. Let's get down to it, shall we? Let me turn my music down a little bit. And also, like, switch the song. Okay. I, Malceus Decimus, have decided that your chance of surviving in a treacherous and foreboding island such as these is approximately... Yes, just as I thought. You have a 93.9%? That can't be right. You're fucking with me. .9% chance of survival? Based on my decision making, quick wit, and thought. Ah! Oh my god, the game's telling me I'm smart. You can't tell me shit. There's always the potential for disaster with some of the risks you take, but you've scored much higher than the mass majority who's come before you. Yeah! Well done! You should be proud of yourself. Surviving here is no easy task, and it's certainly not for the weak-hearted. Before we end our examination, I'd like to give you something. A little parting gift. Okay, so here's a little stupid message to me, as in, like, all these games have this little ending message. Alright. Leader. Leader! I'm a leader. I cannot believe I scored that well on this. This is... That cannot be right. That cannot be right. I never said once that I would kill somebody. No way. Okay. This is just for the reviews. Alright. What is this? I'm streaming this later. This is bullshit. If you- oh my god, please actually play it later. Again, all of these games are quite literally $2. There were no none questions. You're right. They didn't ask me if I'd punch a nun. Shit, dude. They didn't ask me that. We do still have, like, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4 more of those games to go before I'm completely out of that bundle. Jeez, dude. I'm gonna buy it and make a better score. I'd like to see you beat 93%. I would love to see you beat 93%. I couldn't find a single 90% in the reviews when I was scrolling through them. That's why I was so goddamn shocked. Bet a gifted sub. I played Skyrim enough to 100%. What are the other 4? One of the final ones is the final to test. So that's the one that's like all about me. The other ones... This one's called The Journey. I think it's like an exploration, like D&D style, set your own adventure kind of question one. One of them is called The Art of the Dad Joke by Gobby McGobblenuts. I'm not kidding. That's the name of it. And then the final one is called The Advisor Royal Pain. I can't wait to do the Gobbledy Gobble Nuts, because I feel like that one's going to be pretty silly. Done. Do you for real want to bet on it? You want to bet that you're going to get a better score than I am? I'll bet $5. I'm down. I think I'm gonna do better than you. I think I did better than you. I am 100% willing to bet on that. Alright. I do not plan on playing more. I just want him to announce that he's gonna bet me and be sure that he's gonna do that. Done. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Alright. I am gonna head out of here. What's cool is that Jagger just went live. I think I'm gonna raid him. You guys cool with Jagger? Tomorrow, though, before I do this, we're gonna be doing the SCP day. So that means we're looking at my favorite SCPs, playing SCP games. It'll be a longer stream than it was today. It's just, I did a lot of talking for 2 hours straight, and I need to just chill. So, I hope that was enjoyable. I hope the questions and the discussion was fun. I cannot believe I got 93% survival rate. Loser dude. I would offline raid you. I don't know how long it's going to be till you go live, though. So, when he goes live, I will post it in, yeah, I'll either post it on Twitter, or I'll post it in my chat, or let you guys know somehow. Alright. I am out of here. Thank you again. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for joining. And I am 100% betting that I'm still gonna win, and he owes me a sub. The score? Oh, fair. Fair. I will. I will. Awesome, dude. That was good. That was fun. Thank you for coming. It'll be like 6 or 7. Okay, cool. Cool. Later!
Let me see something. Let me see if I can go to one of those like tier list maker things, because that'd be kind of fun. I've never done that. I've never done one. Oh fuck, I can do one. Oh shit, son. Wait, do you guys want me to do a fucking fast food tier thing? Do you guys want me to put some fucking this is such fat boy content. What's it called? Since I typed existence. There got to be a drug tier test, right? Oh my god, there might be. Let's start with this one. My boy Bad, he illiterate. Fuck you. Oh, shout out to Cooper. Here for the fast food. Okay. Let's just start this out in order, right?